Hey, everybody. I'm Jen Turnham, and today's topic is overwhelm your default? So basically, does feeling overwhelmed happen quite often to you in life? And if you're a highly sensitive person who is also an extrovert, I'm going to predict that feeling overwhelmed is a very common occurrence in your life. But first, if you're watching the replay of this video, please comment below #replay so I can circle back later and say hi. I'd also love for you to share where you're watching from. So it could be sunning yourself on a beach in Broome. It could be in Scotland. I don't know. I'd love to hear where you're watching this from. So should introduce myself. So I'm Jen Turnham and I'm a mindset transformation coach, and I'm passionate about helping ladies who are struggling to be themselves because they often feel like they're too much for some people and they feel like they need to dim their light or tone it down. I help them overcome this so they can live authentic lives, comfortable and proud to be who they are. If you like the sound of this, if you think you sound like one of these ladies, then I'm also the host of a free Facebook group, Empowered Empathetic Extroverts, and we'd love you to join us. The link is in the post attached to this video, or you can search #Empowered Empathetic Extroverts, bit of a mouthful, #Empowered Empathetic Extroverts on Facebook. I also wanted to draw your attention to a free guide I created called Feel Fantastic in 3 Simple Steps. The link to download that is also in the post attached to this video. So back to today's topic. Is overwhelm your default in life? Now, what I imagine is probably happening is it's a combination of you have all these great ideas and you couple that with a boost of motivation, and that can actually spell disaster for highly sensitive extroverts. And I'll tell you why. Because you have all these great ideas, you have a boost of motivation, and then what happens is you decide that you're going to do it all. So you decide you're going to do X, Y, and Z. For example, you're going to start meditating every day. You're going to go to yoga 3 times a week. You're going to learn Indonesian, and you're going to continue all the things that you currently do regularly. Sound like you? Sound familiar? Now, the reason this is such a challenge, particularly for highly sensitive extroverts, is because highly sensitive people are easily overwhelmed. So I think you'll probably find that this is potentially a recurring challenge in your life. In fact, it happened to me only the other day, which is why I'm talking about this today. So I had all these great ideas. I was going to start this group and I was going to do that and I was going to do this, and then I made this list, and then I think the next day I just started feeling a bit, oh my God. And luckily I recognise the signs now and I can take steps to eliminate or reduce the feeling of overwhelm. So if you are a highly sensitive person, then I imagine that this is something that you can relate to, and it probably happens quite regularly in your life. The other reason this doesn't work is because as I've mentioned many times, human brain is lazy and it doesn't like having to use too much energy. So the minute your brain starts to feel overwhelmed, it's going to shut down because it doesn't want to waste all this extra energy. So I just want to clarify that I'm not suggesting that you stop having ideas and you stop trying to achieve things, because great ideas are good, but trying to do them all at once is where the disaster happens. So what can we do instead? I'm going to suggest that it's a 3-step process. Step 1 is increase awareness. Step 2 is take a step back. And step 3 is revisit and remove. So the first step in terms of increasing your awareness it's important to recognize what are your signs of moving into this state of overwhelm. So pay attention to how it feels. Like for me, I started going like this because it just starts to feel a bit like, I don't know, the walls are closing in. I start to feel a bit antsy, a little bit anxious. My brain starts to feel overloaded, which is unusual because there's always so much going on in my brain and I'm quite used to that. However, when it starts to feel overloaded, then I know that there's something going on. So it's really important to recognize what are your signs of starting to move into that state of overwhelm. The second thing I'm going to suggest you do is start an ideas folder. So write down all of the ideas you have, all the things that you want to achieve or you want to try, and just keep it in the ideas folder. Then just choose one thing at a time and then start doing that regularly. And once you're doing it kind of without too much effort, so you don't have to think about it every day, that's when it's time to add something else. And the reason I say when you don't have to think about it is because that's when your subconscious has taken over and it's starting to become a habit. So choose one thing to implement at a time. And when you find you're doing it regularly and it's become a bit of a habit, that's when you add the next thing. Then you can pull out your ideas folder. You don't have to worry about forgetting anything because they're all there, safe in your ideas folder. The other thing I want to talk about or kind of encourage you to be aware of is that I believe that this is a cycle that is going to repeat itself many, many times in your life. So it's really important to become familiar with, as I said, your signs, to recognize what your signs of overwhelm are, because I can guarantee you that in a few weeks' time, even a few days' time, you're going to get all excited and you're going to add 5 more things to your life, and then you're going to feel overwhelmed again. So it's going to be a cycle that keeps continuing. But if you learn how to deal with it, and step 1 is recognizing those signs, then you can take a step back, which is step 2, and then step 3 is revisit and remove. So essentially remove all those extra things that you've added, put them in your ideas folder, and then choose one at a time to do and become a habit before you implement the next thing. So hopefully that's going to help you overcome feeling overwhelmed, because it's not a nice feeling. That's the end of today's topic. Thank you for watching. I would love it if you had any light bulb moments or you learnt anything from today's video. Please drop me a comment and let me know. It's a bit of a, I suppose, thank you to me for providing this free training, and I also love to know that it's actually helping. So if you drop me a comment, let me know how you found it, what you learnt, what you're going to do as a result of what you learnt. That would be absolutely fabulous. Dropping a comment also helps unlock the video for other people on Facebook because of the way the algorithm works. There you go. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Ciao for now.